Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and hooray, we've got a green day in crypto by and large. My gosh, if you're looking at your screen, and you don't have to, don't worry. You can treat this MFN channel like it's a freaking podcast. That's what I do with other YouTube channels anyway. But look at this. If you are looking at your screen, holy sea of green, don't mind seeing that one bit. And so, what's the moral of the story here? Gather around the fire, children. Uncle Moon Lambo going to tell you a story about holding crypto instead of panic selling. Look, what is the moral of the story, though? Look, those that chose to hold have been rewarded, going through what scared undoubtedly many people over the last several days or so in XRP, but crypto in large, the whole market's been down tremendously. But there are all sorts of people that did panic sell as XRP got down to its most recent notable low of 91 cents, got down to 91 cents. Can you imagine how most of the last 3 years, if you told me that XRP was going to be 91 cents, I would have been ecstatic? Like, do you understand? So it's all about perspective, right? Perspective does matter here, most certainly. But people panic sold at 91 cents, and now they're being punished, and those that did not are probably having a pretty happy day. And some of those panicked people may be buying back in at higher prices. Timing the markets is a bad idea. Now, I'm just sharing with you my opinion. I do want to be clear right here at the outset of the video. I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm nothing more than an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos just as a fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and crypto. That's all that's going on here. So I just want to be transparent so that nobody thinks I'm someone or something that I'm not. I'm not extra special because I have a YouTube channel. Although this is the best channel on all of the YouTubes. There is science behind that, I promise. Now, as I record this, XRP is at $1.48. Bitcoin is at $53,974. Market cap for the asset class at almost 2.1 trillion. Almost, that's not bad considering where we've been at the last couple of days, frankly. Bitcoin dominance, the lowest I've seen it in years. 48.71%. And my friends, as things take off, you're just going to continue to see this. And wait, look, I'm going to share with you opinions from all sorts of chart analysts in this video, including, there's some things that a couple of them said that are just like, whew, spicy. And like in terms of what they actually think is going to happen, including like the beginning of the mania phase of this bull market and like where we're actually going to top off. Because I'll tell you what, there's a prediction I'll share with you in this video. It'll probably be towards the later part of the video, the way I got things lined up here. But massive prediction for where the market's going to go, specifically Bitcoin, but Bitcoin leads the market. So we want Bitcoin to do well, right? Because if Bitcoin does well, XRP and everything else is just going to do that much better. But I do want to share with you a tweet that I put out, two tweets that I put out this afternoon. I wrote, XRP, more evidence that emotionally buying/selling based off of what the herd is doing is silly. I don't know if XRP will ultimately correct further, but I bet the people that recently sold at 91 cents are regretting it, as there has been a surge to $1.35 today. HODL life equals better. Now, so it was $1.35 when I tweeted that, and again, now as I record, it's at $1.47. 24-hour high, $1.49. Don't mind seeing that. And then I then also wrote, even if XRP dips below 91 cents at some point in the future, trying to time the markets is like playing with fire, and eventually you will get burnt. I say, no thanks, good sir. If XRP goes where I think it may go, it'll be very life-changing. So why put that at risk for small gains? HODL. And so that's what I firmly believe. That's not me telling you to buy or sell. That's me saying I don't think it makes a damn bit of sense to pick up X little bit of XRP here and there, hoping that you're right about the direction things are going to go. Because if you're talking about perhaps even thousands of % increase in the price of XRP in the future, what the hell does it matter? Do you really want to risk it? Because we don't know for sure when this is all going to take off. We don't know for sure. To me, it's not worth risking that. I watched a video from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer, today, and he said something that I have seen from a number of channelists, not all, chart analysts, not all of them, but just acknowledging, hey, the data that's available today we don't know for sure where this market's going to be taking us, maybe up a bit in the short term here, but even he said, look, he can't absolutely say with a extremely high level of certainty that XRP has reached its bottom. So that's why, even though I'm talking about, hey, how it's great and people have held this, that I am acknowledging, of course, it can go lower, but my position on, emotionally buying and selling stands even if we go below our most recent low of 91 cents. I'm just trying to paint a picture, because if you're talking about how you think it makes sense to do this in the short term, well, let me talk in the short. If you're going to talk in the short term, I'm going to talk in the short term. I mean, I talk about in the long term all the time as well, but I'm just saying, I'm going to do that too, damn it. In the short term, it looks like that was a mistake. Why bother with the short term, though? Like, that's a bigger message I'd rather share. To me, if you think it makes sense to buy and sell, go ahead. Just, if you think like active, buying, trading, all this crap, if you think it makes sense for you, go ahead and do it if you want to. But I would love for you to articulate that position, given that all the data in the world that I find says that's a horrible idea. And if you think, in fact, there's all sorts of data that that shows that traders that are losing money, a lot of them continue to do it, and so they're just tremendously out of sync with reality, thinking that their skills are substantially better than they actually are. Like, I don't think it makes a damn bit of sense. But now here's a tweet from chart analyst Leb Crypto, because directionally, where we think XRP is going here. And he shared his thought. Now, regardless of what happens, and he laid out two potential scenarios, either way, the macro bull trend's in place. And so with either of these two potential scenarios, ultimately the answer is up. So that feels good, right? But that's what I see from pretty much everybody. Even with the uncertainty in the short term here, everybody says, well, still, if you look at the longer time frame, well, yeah, the bull trend's still intact here. And so he shared this chart here. And this little purple squiggly line is one potential outcome that Leb Crypto has seen happen. And this white line, which is a little bit less squiggly, is another one. And this one would be less messy, causing less panic because it's not really so much going down. And so I just wanted to highlight that so you can see what I'm talking about as I'm about to read this tweet from Leb Crypto, which is as follows. And this was, oh, by the way, I'll just mention the time. So as I record this, it's 9:18 p.m. on Monday, the 26th of April, and that's Central Standard Time. I'm in the United States in the Midwest here. And so this tweet was from this afternoon, 2:34 p.m. from Leb Crypto, and wrote, "A breakout of falling wedge is great and very bullish, but is XRP currently printing yet another lower high where purple path likelihood increases? Or does it have enough steam to blast through $1.40 and thus print a higher high to confirm the white path?" And so to this point, it is actually above that level. It's now, as I record this, $1.48. I just went down another penny. Oh my gosh, that sky's falling. I better go credit card in this video and just panic sell everything I've held for the last 3.5 years. Oh my gosh, the emotions. To be new to crypto. But anyway, so here's what he's talking about. So we're above that. So if I'm understanding him correctly, he's thinking it's a lot less likely we're going to see any sort of downward price action in the short term. And he's not the only one that thinks that. And I think it was, so I'm pulling up another XRP related analysis from another chart analyst named Kaleo. And I think that's what he had to say. Let me run through this. I think he's the one that I'm pretty sure he was. Or maybe I'm thinking about Credible Crypto. I've got something from him coming up too. But Kaleo, very popular chart analyst, 235,000 followers. He does not like Ripple and he does not like XRP, but he does like money. And so what I'm finding from him is that even though he does not like Ripple and doesn't like XRP, I tend to think that, generally speaking, when he's covering XRP, I think that he's saying what he believes. Because he's letting money right above his ideology. So I think his ideology doesn't make sense, or whatever his thought process is for coming to these conclusions, but that's okay. We don't all have to agree. I don't need people to agree with me for me to like them. But I have trouble with so many of these Bitcoin maximalists, or even if not maximalists, just people that are XRP haters, because even if they're really popular chart analysts, so many of them put out nonsense about XRP. And it's like, how are you so right about your analysis with every other coin except XRP? Like, how do you get so many calls, like just about every call you make about XRP, how is it wrong? And so luckily, I haven't seen that with Kaleo, and so I do think whether it's up or down, and I do think he's being honest. In this case, it sounds more positive than negative, but check this out. He wrote the following, this is 6 hours ago. "I also went ahead and grabbed a bag of XRP on the breakout. When XRP makes this type of a move, it doesn't typically slow down until it makes a higher high. Okay, so maybe maybe he and Credible Crypto also think, so that's at least 3 of the analysts in this video, I think think we're going to be more likely than not making higher highs. And looking again, as I said just a moment ago, XRP, as I record this, at $1.48. So anyway, and then he writes, I don't want to watch this from the sidelines. More importantly, XRP is breaking out versus Bitcoin. Do you guys remember, like, I don't know how long ago it was at this point, 3 or 4 weeks ago, Peter Brandt, one of the most popular chart analysts in crypto, maybe the most popular chart analyst in crypto, who has about 500,000 followers on Twitter at this point. He's been around for several decades. He's very famous for calling the top of the last Bitcoin bubble at nearly $20,000. He also called the bottom of the market when Bitcoin got around whatever it was, $3,200, $3,300, somewhere thereabout, in mid-December 2018. Very, very famous in crypto for having successfully done that. And that wasn't a fluke. Like, he's got quite the track record here. But but he pointed out that XRP looked awful, my gosh, and he has to know about this. Is what I'm talking about with these people that are being disingenuous. He was showing the XRP BTC chart and how it was just this massive disparity. And oh my gosh, look at how many XRP coins it would cost to purchase a whole Bitcoin because it was just in this, it looked like free for all. And so what did I say at the time? Because he's pointed it out twice in the last, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 months. 2 different times he pointed out, and when he says that, it gets picked up by crypto media. And so anyway, I saw that and I said, okay, guys, this is disingenuous, because anytime you see this on the charts, like a chart analyst who knows what he's talking about, and he certainly does, will show this and say, okay, since the whole crypto market moves together, this should be an indication that there's opportunity for XRP. And so both times he did that, like clockwork, it was inside of like days or a week or 2, whatever it was. And then XRP just started like rallying. So one of the times was the beginning part of November when he said this, and the other time was before XRP started running up to $2, when it was more like 20-something cents, I'm guessing. And so this is the type of stuff I see. And so he's noting here, even right now, Kaleo is XRP breaking out versus Bitcoin. Thanks for nothing, Peter Brandt. And then here's his most recent tweet about XRP. This is from 7 p.m. And so now as I record this, 9:23 p.m. my time. XRP sending higher after the retest. And so this little bit right here, when it went back down, it was already starting to rally, but it did come back down a little bit, which is what it looks like right here where I'm circling right now in Live Coin Watch. So it's going up higher. We'll see how high it keeps going. You guys are future people, so you'll have to let me know what the hell happens here, right? And here's another popular chart analyst named Ambessa with 113,000 followers who wrote, XRP hitting all-time high is inevitable. You getting shaken out, though, before that isn't. That's why I'm here to give you strength. I approve, hashtag free money for you. So there you go, another analyst. These people that are being at least intellectually honest acknowledge XRP is moving with the rest of the market. It will hit its all-time high, and I happen to firmly believe that's the case. And I could be wrong. I always acknowledge that, fine. And maybe it goes to 0 and I lose everything. I just happen to not believe that's going to happen. So we'll see. And here's a tweet from Credible Crypto. He's talking about, I think, Bitcoin here and Bitcoin dominance. Well, he's asked about Bitcoin dominance also, but he wrote, for the next week or 2, I'm expecting relief to the upside, effectively. So yeah, there's another analyst that was saying, okay, well, that's what he's expecting. So we'll see how this unfolds. So, today there's a little bit more certainty from some of the analysts compared to yesterday, but still there are all sorts of analysts that just aren't quite sure. And I appreciate the intellectual honesty. If that's the case where it's like, based on the available data, not so sure where this is going, that is all perfectly fine by me. Here is chart analyst Michael Vandepop, continues to blow up in popularity, 238,000 followers on Twitter now. And he wrote the following, and I like this because this is something that I've mentioned, but I would love to talk about this more in depth in a future video. And it'll be outside the scope of this video. This is going on way too long, but I like what he wrote here. Question today, and this is I think he has a broken sentence in here, but I'll just read it like he wrote it. You'll get the cut of his jib. Question today: what will happen with crypto traders in the bear market? My answer: they lose money and leave. While they should put in the work in a bear market, as the real winners of a bull cycle are made in a bear market. Okay, never mind. I was thinking something else. That was a fine sentence. He knows how to write and stuff. And then he writes, that's true. I've grinded heavily in 2018 and 2019. And so I'd love to expand upon this further, but like I've kind of mentioned that whenever this bubble pops and people freak out, which I believe that the bubble's inflating, it's going to pop at some point for XRP and crypto in general. Historically, it's happened a number of times, and it's just what happens. It's normal for markets. It doesn't mean it's like doomsday for crypto forever, but it's going to happen. Like I firmly believe anyway. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but I firmly believe that. And so when that happens and we enter a bear market, because I've said, look, that's when people aren't going to be paying attention. Like I'm willing to bet that there will be fewer people watching my YouTube channel or any crypto-related YouTube channel, which is a shame because that's when you should be watching crypto channels the most and researching crypto in general the most, because the opportunity is during the bear market. That's where you set everything up, and then you wait until everybody else comes along, and then you sell to them when they come in later. That's the right way to do it, in my humble opinion. But people don't look at it that way. And so if you're listening to this, do what you want. I'm just cautioning you that, and it's great to pay attention now. I'm just saying the most opportunity will present itself in the bear market when prices are suppressed. So if you can buy when everybody else is afraid to, historically, like data shows in the stock market and crypto, that's usually a good time to do it, right? Just imagine if you went against the grain and purchased Bitcoin in March of last year, when the whole C19 thing was happening, and it got down to $3,000 and something dollars. If you went against the grain, because everybody's saying, oh my gosh, how could you be so stupid? There's so much uncertainty. This time's different. Oh, when you hear those words, this time's different, just go run away from whoever says that. But it wasn't different, was it? That was a great time to buy Bitcoin, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And so, look, we're going to have those opportunities again. I'm not saying it's going to go back down to those levels, but whatever the low ends up being for the bear market, yeah, we're going to see that. And then there was also this from Michael Vanderpot. I am not convinced of this. I hope he's right, but I want to share because he's a high-profile chart analyst guy. And I'm not really seeing anything like, well, I shouldn't say that from anybody. There are only a handful of people I've seen stuff like this from. And he wrote, peak high bull cycle prediction, it still stands. Expecting 2022/2023 to be the top, not this year. And he wrote Bitcoin, $350,000 to $450,000. I would love for that to be true. I'm open-minded. I'm willing to analyze whatever data has made you come to that conclusion. But what I see is people behaving just like last market cycle. Humans are doing the same thing. Chart structures look very similar. And I'm not a chart analyst, mind you. I'm not pretending to be. Just as a complete amateur looking at it with my human eyeballs, it graphically looks the damn same. It's to me that doesn't look, like a terribly hard thing to comprehend. And so just knowing that's the case. Like, why is it now this part of the rest of this cycle? Why is it not going to look like the rest? What is functionally different? Like, humans are behaving the same. Money goes into Bitcoin, then it goes into large cap coins, then mid cap coins, small cap coins, rinse and repeat. At some point, the bubble pops and it really does go down 80-90%. Why are we going to have a much more notable extension this time to crazily high levels than we did in previous cycles in terms of chart structure? I'm willing to be persuaded. I'm just not persuaded. Now, I have talked about this concept on the channel. I think it's an interesting concept. I'm just not sold on it yet. $350,000, $450,000 and another 2 years of the bull cycle, when historically we keep seeing over and over again 4-year cycles. And I say over and over again, I know it's a 12-year-old asset class, but still, that is what's happened. And even up to this point, the structure looks the same. I just can't deny it. And then to wrap up the video, here's a tweet from DIY Investing, another chart analyst, who wrote, the mania phase just started. 4 years ago, crypto markets started the mania phase where everything pulled 100x returns. We just started it for this cycle. Get ready. And he's not kidding. Everything, like, I don't know for sure about the small cap coins, but I do literally mean every mid and large cap coin did go parabolic. There was no exception to that, every single one. And that's why I was also saying a few minutes ago, planning in the bear market kind of makes sense. Rushing in as people get euphoric about all this stuff, and oh my god, it feels like the crypto market's gonna go up forever. So it probably will. I'll put my money in right here, and then the bubble pops though, and then you're wrecked. So it just be, and we're not there yet. I'm just saying this is what humans do. So for me, I'm going to, once this bubble pops, I know fewer people will be interested. I'm going to keep running the channel, and I'm going to put my head down and keep on stacking, because I'm going to sell the vast majority of my crypto. That's my plan on the way to the top here. This market cycle. But then when everything's at a discount and everybody's scared, I'll be dollar cost averaging in, and I'm going to do it all over again. Absolutely, there's going to be tremendous opportunity. This is not the last time for the in the existence of mankind that we have this type of opportunity. It is not. It's going to keep happening. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about, look, we haven't even hit the top of this market cycle, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm just saying. Like, but yeah, absolutely. So he believes we're at the point where we're going to see stuff seriously popping off, and that's going to be fun to report. And that's going to be a sign to me when you start to see that we only have so much time left before we do hit the high for this cycle. Because the last time when that started happening, I'd have to go back and look for sure. I don't know if we had it happened over like a 6 or 8 week period. It was not that long of a period of time. So when it happens, we'll know. It'll be very clear, I believe, anyway. But I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.